Hiring a CRM admin for SEO lead management, a strategic guide for 2025. Why a CRM admin is a 2025 SEO revenue hire. If we're investing seriously in SEO in 2025, but nobody owns how those organic leads move through the CRM, we're effectively paying for high-intent demand and then letting it leak out of the funnel. Inbound leads generated by SEO can close at about 14.6%, versus roughly 1.7% for outbound, an 8x advantage when the lead is captured, routed, and worked correctly. That conversion edge is only real when the CRM is configured to protect speed, context, and follow-through. The stakes are higher because organic search is still one of the strongest ROI channels. Nearly 49% of marketers say SEO delivers the best lead gen ROI. That means leadership will keep funding content and technical SEO, and sales will keep expecting better leads. Yet many teams can't answer basic questions like which pages produce opportunities, where response times break down, or why organic pipeline looks inconsistent quarter to quarter. This is where a CRM admin stops being a back-office role and becomes a revenue lever. The job isn't just keeping the database clean, it's designing a reliable system where every SEO form fill, chat, or call tracking conversion becomes a tracked, routed, measurable sales motion that results in meetings booked and pipeline created. The real problem? Data loss, slow follow-up, and broken attribution. Most companies aren't losing SEO leads because their content is bad. They're losing them because their CRM operations are sloppy. Around 80% of organizations report inaccurate CRM data, and roughly 40% of records become obsolete each year without maintenance. When the data model can't consistently store what the prospect cared about and where they came from, sales gets generic records and marketing gets unreliable reporting. Speed to lead is the other silent killer. Leads contacted within 5 minutes can be up to 21 times more likely to convert than those contacted after 30 minutes. Yet many inbound workflows still rely on manual triage, shared inboxes, or best effort follow-up. A CRM admin fixes this with automation, queues, alerts, and SLA enforcement, so the system creates urgency even when reps are busy. The revenue impact is not theoretical. Benchmarks suggest companies lose at least 20% of annual revenue due to poor data quality and process breakdowns in systems like the CRM. When we treat SEO lead management as reporting instead of a revenue process, we end up paying for organic traffic while the CRM quietly turns high-intent inquiries into stale records. What the CRM admin should own and what they shouldn't. In 2025, CRM adoption is mainstream. Roughly 74.5% of organizations use a CRM, so advantage comes from how well the system is administered, not whether it exists. Businesses using CRM are about 86% more likely to exceed sales goals, and many report 21 to 30% revenue lifts after implementation. But those gains depend on governance, workflows, and user adoption that don't happen by accident. For SEO lead management, the CRM admin should be the hands-on builder and guardian of the lead lifecycle. Objects and fields, required data capture, routing logic, deduplication rules, enrichment, permissions, dashboards, and day-to-day support for reps. RevOps should set the go-to-market architecture and success metrics, while marketing ops should own campaigns and marketing automation. Then the CRM admin translates those decisions into a CRM that sales will actually use. This separation of concerns prevents a common failure mode. Everyone owns it a little, which usually means nobody owns it at all. If we want organic leads to convert like the benchmarks suggest, we need one person accountable for the CRM mechanics that turn inbound interest into an SDR conversation and ultimately an opportunity. When to hire your first CRM admin and how to interview for revenue thinking. Most B2B teams feel the need for a CRM admin at the same moment. Multiple reps working leads, inbound volume growing, and pipeline meetings dominated by arguments about bad data and where this deal came from. If organic traffic is meaningful and sales is complaining about slow follow-up or junky routing, you're already paying the tax, just in lost opportunities instead of salary. When we interview CRM admins for SEO lead management, we should hire for business thinking first and platform clicks second. We want someone who can explain how they'd redesign the lead lifecycle, decide what makes an SEO lead an MQL versus an SQL, and build dashboards a CRO will trust. A pure technologist who has never partnered closely with an SDR/BDR team can create perfect workflows that reps avoid, and adoption problems are why 20 to 70% of CRM projects underdeliver or fail. If full-time headcount isn't justified, a fractional admin can work well, but only with clear ownership, weekly cadence, and a roadmap. What fails is the side-of-desk approach, where a marketing automation manager is expected to run campaigns and also govern CRM data, routing, and attribution. That's how SEO becomes a generic website lead source and why high-intent form fills sit untouched until they cool off. Treat SEO lead management as a revenue process. Measure meetings booked, opportunity creation, and win rates, not just clean records and pretty dashboards. The first 90 days, build the SEO lead lifecycle, then automate speed to lead. A strong ramp plan starts by mapping the current SEO to opportunity funnel inside the CRM. We recommend pulling organic leads from the last 6 to 12 months and calculating lead to meeting and meeting to opportunity conversion by landing page or content theme. This quickly reveals where tracking is broken, missing sources, duplicates, overwrites, and which pages are quietly producing real pipeline. Next, the CRM admin should formalize an SEO-specific lifecycle with shared MQL/SQL criteria and required data capture. This is where fields like original landing page, content cluster, and intent stage, tofu, mofu, bofu, stop being nice to have and become mandatory on every lead creation path: forms, chat, call tracking, and imports. If we can't trust those fields, we can't personalize SDR outreach or attribute revenue back to content decisions. Finally, they should harden speed to lead with automation, not heroics. Priority queues for high-intent pages, pricing, demo, comparisons, round-robin routing, SLA timers, and alerts that escalate when a lead isn't touched fast enough. The goal is simple operational math. If sub-5-minute contact can be up to 21 times more effective, the CRM should make the fastest action the easiest action for every SDR. Best practices that turn organic traffic into qualified meetings. The highest leverage best practice is surfacing SEO context directly inside the SDR workflow. When the lead record shows what the prospect read, which comparison they viewed, or which topic they searched for, inbound follow-up stops sounding generic. That context is also how cold-ish inbound becomes warm. An SDR can reference the exact problem the prospect demonstrated through behavior rather than asking vague discovery questions on the first touch. The second is field governance and ongoing hygiene, not one-off cleanups. Because roughly 40% of CRM records can go stale annually, your admin needs a recurring operating rhythm. Validation rules, enrichment, deduplication, and regular audits of key attribution fields. If we let drift happen, SEO reporting degrades first, then routing breaks, then conversion drops, and it's hard to diagnose why. The third is tying admin KPIs to revenue outcomes. Instead of rewarding tickets closed, we want outcomes like improved organic lead response time, higher meeting show rates, increased SEO lead to opportunity conversion, and cleaner attribution of pipeline back to content clusters. This is how the role stays strategic and directly supports revenue leadership decisions about what to publish next and where to invest. Common mistakes that break SEO lead management and how to fix them. One common mistake is letting SDRs manually triage all inbound SEO leads. Manual sorting guarantees inconsistent priority and slower follow-up, which is exactly the wrong outcome when speed matters so much. The fix is letting the CRM admin create deterministic routing based on intent, page, form type, fit, firmographics, and ownership rules, territory, segment. Then keeping SDRs focused on optimized queues instead of inbox scavenger hunts. Another mistake is tracking SEO as one generic lead source. When all organic leads roll up into a single bucket, we lose the ability to see which pages, topics, and intent stages create opportunities, and content teams end up optimizing for traffic instead of pipeline. The fix is breaking attribution out by landing page and content cluster, so weekly revenue meetings can connect SEO work to real conversion and booked meetings. The final mistake is treating CRM work as a project, not a product, especially adoption and data health. With 80% of organizations reporting inaccurate CRM data and 20 to 70% of CRM efforts underperforming, the admin must train reps, document processes, and say no to customizations that harm consistency. A CRM that reps don't trust will never protect your SEO leads, no matter how good the automation looks on paper. Connecting SEO inbound to outbound execution without creating a mess. Once the inbound system is stable, the next optimization is connecting it cleanly to outbound, without splitting data across tools. This matters whether you build in-house or partner with a B2B sales agency, an outbound sales agency, or an SDR agency. The CRM should remain the system of record for lead status, touch history, meetings, and attribution. When the CRM is disciplined, it becomes much easier to run sales outsourcing responsibly and measure what's actually working. In practice, this is where teams often combine SEO with an outsourced sales team for coverage. Organic leads that don't convert immediately can flow into compliant sequences, while SDRs focus on the hottest inbound queues. At SalesHive, we plug into Salesforce or HubSpot, so calls, emails, dispositions, and meetings roll up into the same dashboards your CRM admin maintains. Useful whether you're evaluating a cold email agency, cold calling services, or a full cold calling agency model. The operational rule is simple: one lifecycle, one set of definitions, one reporting layer. When inbound and outbound live in separate spreadsheets and disconnected tools, teams double contact prospects, miss handoffs, and argue about source of truth. A well-run CRM admin function prevents that chaos, making it easier to scale B2B cold calling, telemarketing, or a cold calling team without sacrificing the integrity of your SEO attribution. Next steps for 2025. Make the role strategic and measure the payoff. To keep your CRM admin from becoming a ticket taker, we recommend quarterly outcome goals tied to inbound performance and visibility. Examples include cutting median response time for organic demo requests, improving SEO lead to opportunity conversion, and increasing the percentage of closed-won deals that can be attributed back to a specific landing page or content cluster. When the admin presents these dashboards in revenue meetings, the role stays anchored to business outcomes. Measuring ROI is straightforward if you track 3 buckets: revenue, efficiency, and visibility. On revenue, compare pre- and post-hire organic lead-to-meeting and meeting-to-opportunity rates. On efficiency, quantify time saved by eliminating manual triage and cleanup. On visibility, assess whether leadership can confidently invest in the right SEO topics based on pipeline impact. If we're capturing an 8x close rate advantage from inbound, a CRM admin often pays for themselves faster than almost any other ops hire. If you're evaluating partners alongside internal hiring, treat it as a system design decision, not a vendor decision. A strong CRM admin makes it easier to evaluate SalesHive reviews, SalesHive pricing, or SalesHive careers signals in context, because the CRM will show whether meetings booked turn into qualified pipeline and closed-won revenue. With a clean lifecycle and disciplined administration, 2025 becomes less about getting more leads and more about converting the demand you already earned through SEO.